Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cindy and I love and do content on all things beauty. So if that's the kind of thing you like, then please subscribe and also hit the notification bell button so you'll know when I do uploads. Today, we're doing 4 looks with the ColourPop Shrek palette. Anyway, there's basically just brown and green, but we managed to get 4 looks. We could probably get 4 more if we had to. And so if you want to see our 4 looks, then keep watching. Alrighty, here are the swatches I swatched going up each row, and here they are on what I consider fair skin. No tattoos, no marks, no sun. So they turn out real pretty. I probably should have swatched them first, but I did all the looks first and now I'm swatching them. So for look number 1, we're going to do a green look. That's our choices, green and brown. And we're going to start off with this darkest shade of green here. It's better anyway. I've got matching nails. Let's start off with the blob of the outer corner of the dark. And we're going to put that underneath the eyes too. Let's go ahead and do that now, just to get it started. Using the same color. And then we'll definitely have some cleanup to do. And try to point that out. You know, I like the cat eye look. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brush, but then we're going to switch to this pretty shade of green. And I'm wiping the brush off, and I'm going to put that in the middle of the eye. We could just stick all green if we wanted, or we could put a little bit of tan in the very inner corner, which that's what I think one of these tan shades will pick out. Okay, so now then, on the inner corner, let's pick this shade up here. I think that's a prettier shade. And I think we used that mustardy brown in look number 2, but I'm not positive. That was yesterday. So we're going to use this top shade for the very inner corner, or for the inner part of the eye. And then we're going to start putting on the green, the shimmer. So our shimmers, we've got the green. That's what I want to use for the outer eye. So let's go ahead and do that. Like, this is a repeat, so I should be pretty quick and not have a lot of decisions to make. I really don't like these shimmers that well. I have another ColourPop palette. I had never bought any ColourPop before, so this really is my first impression also. And supposedly these collabs are a lot better formula than the others. And granted, this was a less expensive palette, you know, but so getting that green shimmer in. There's a lot of gold in this. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a flat brush with the same shade of green and try to do that better. There's some shimmer in it. It just seems like it's a lot more work than like the Blim Bunny. Or what else did we use? Nomad. I do have some Nomad palettes on the inner corner. This one next to that shimmer green, we'll use that for the inner eye to go over the brown. And I think I've used that one before. I think I used it in look 2. So the comments in look 2, I will definitely be mentioning that I'm redoing look 1. Go ahead and take the brush and smooth that out also. And then just take our brush that we was using before and smooth it out. But I want a little bit more green. So let's take our green brush. And I did use that First Aid primer today. It's face primer, but I use it over face and eyes. It should just be fine for eyes too. This, what is it? This shade. It's a light shade. I do like that they put a lot of shades in here. I don't like that Bloom palette we got from the last ice cream box. I did not like that palette because it was just all too dark. I want some light shades in there too. I mean, I still have it. I'm not saying I'll never use it again. I might use it like in a 4 palettes, 4 looks or something, but I'll definitely have to use my Ella Shimmer palette or something to go with it. It can't stand alone. In that case, I might have made a poor decision on the palette. The other one that had the skull on it that I did not want a skull, it had different shades that going on there. So let's go ahead and do side on an inner corner of an eye. I think they look kind of equal to me now. So for the inner corner, we're going to take that lightest shade that we was just using and put in there. Although we'll probably have to touch it up after we get the foundation on. Alrighty. So now let's put on some tinted sunscreen. I'm going to put on some powder. Okay, let's put on some eyelashes. Okay, I'm back. Got the rollers out of my hair and the eyelashes on. So we're going to use some bronzer. Let's make sure I got all the powder off that's supposed to be off. So we're going to use some of this bronzer that came in our lashy box that I didn't like at the time, but it turned out I've used it a lot. I would prefer a regular palette, but this is fine. My, not lashy box, BoxyCharm. My BoxyCharm is supposed to be coming. Let's go ahead and just brighten that up a little bit because we've used powder and other stuff. We're going to go back and use the original color, that darkest green. Now then, let's go ahead with our inner corner. Let's brighten that up a little bit. We're going to use this color, and then we're going to use the shimmer. Now we'll use that shimmer. The one next to it. I guess there's a shimmer up top, but anyway. Now for a highlighter, we're going to use this one at top. I think that's the one we've been using for highlighter. We could use it for the inner corner too. All these shimmers seem to have a bunch of gold in them. They don't really have a lot of silver. So this is definitely warm tone. Now let's do that for our highlighter. Just a little bit of sparkle. And on our brow. Now for lip. And so we're just going to use this L'Oreal, kind of a nude color. lip balm. Let's use this Nomad. So this is our final look for look 1. Second time around. I'm pretty sure I got it pretty much exact like I did before. We just used the greens and the tans. That's about the only colors we have. Put in a different arrangement. The green on the outer edge and then the browns on the inner side. And so we're going to be on to look 3 after this. I'm anxious to see what we come up with. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll see you for look 3. So today I'm wanting to do something with the brown. You know, the big decision is what colors are we going to use. So let's start off with this darkest shade of brown. And the corner, you know, I guess we could do a halo with this, but not today. I'm going to take it from brown to the light green. We're not going to use any dark green. So yesterday's look number 1, it was all green and I liked it. It was a good look. But then when I was editing the videos, because I did it on the iPad, and I can see better. Anyway, so the next color we're going to look at is this middle brown, kind of a lighter, I don't know what shade it is. Anyway, I'm going to put the shades underneath here so y'all can see it. And I'm just wiping off that brush and using the same one. And that'll sort of go to the middle of my lid. And I do have moisturizer on. I forgot to put primer all over. It's too late now. I don't know that primer will make that big a difference. I got a primer. I'm going to get some primer just to see if a better brand will do better. But I got some in a subscription box and I didn't, it just made everything icky. So the next thing we're going to do is, do you want to move it? Let's kind of move to this little mustardy color too, right? To it. Wiping off the, we could just go full mustard and not putting green in it, but I do want a little bit of green. Now I'm going to take a different brush that I hadn't used today, and we're going to take this green and put it in the inner corner. Anyway, I noticed when I was editing look 1, one section I had like blobs of powder on my face, and I was so embarrassed about that. And if that couldn't get any worse, it did. I had lipstick, I put some red lip gloss on, and then I had lipstick all over my teeth. You couldn't really see by looking, and I didn't look in the big mirror, but you could see when I was editing. So I kind of chopped it up a little bit where it wasn't as noticeable, but I don't know. I might just redo that. Lessons learned. You know, we're trying to make better content, and that's not better content. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to start off with this next to the green we just used, and we're going to put that in the inner corner. Maybe we won't. Let's use this dark green. Let's use this darker green in the inner corner, the middle shade. I'm just using my fingers. Actually, this looks just kind of gold. Doesn't really look green to me. It might have, let's watch it. I guess it's got a little bit of green tint. The one next to it might have been better. I don't know. Now I can take a brush and do a little bit more with that. That might look a little bit better. No, but I always think I'm going to put this primer in, and a lot of times I forget it. And I have it right here that I could use it, I think. Maybe it's in the other room. To me, it seemed like it was just an extra layer to cake up. Yeah, that's real pretty. So, which brush was our green brush? That was this one. We want to keep that separate. So, next thing we're going to do the this kind of brown. We're going to put it at the other end where we covered up, where we had brown. So I'm going to use a different, wipe that finger off. Yeah, that's a pretty color brown. I don't know if you can see it. And it's got some shimmer in it. So we'll do a little bit with my finger and then we'll take a brush. You noticed I did my nails last night to match. They were not matching yesterday. I had on pink nails, but that's not the reason I'm thinking about redoing it. So, it's kind of frustrating because I can only do one look a day. I could potentially Saturday do 2 looks. You know, do one in the morning and then in the afternoon do another look. So our brush, I think this is that we used to put all the brown stuff in with. I'm just going to smooth that out. And our green brush, I'm going to kind of go to the front of the eye. But I haven't put anything else on the brush. Now then, for the under eye, we're going to use this top brownish reddish color. In fact, I dressed in this today specifically thinking it would match my my eye makeup a little bit better. So I'm going to take this brush and stamp it under my eye and V it out. I also have the Twilight, the Twilight palette from ColourPop. It's older though. I don't know if I'm going to do 4 dedicated looks because it's older. I might, or not 4, 3 or 4, whatever, 2, 3 or 4. But I don't know, or if I'm just going to mix it in a bundle because I don't know if people would want to watch it. People kind of like new palettes. I watch old palettes too because a lot of times I just get inspiration for eye looks, although I still just do the same old thing that I've always done. But, you know, it's kind of nice to see what other colors people are mixing together. So, let's see if we can get these both look like on each eye. Now we're going to wait on the inner corner and hopefully we will not forget. We got our hair pulled down and we'll look at it here in a second. And let's go ahead and finish up our eye and face look. So, let's use this color for our brow area. And then we're going to kind of blend that in with another brush. Blend this in with another brush, our green brush that we had, and our brown brush. Now we're going to do the inner corner. We'll use the same color for the inner corner. And then for a sparkle, let's use this light green that's right beside it. It looked like it was a light green right here. It doesn't have a whole lot of sparkle. We had a sparkle at the top. Let's put that on there too. So we mixed that. And let's use our bronzer. Now some highlighter. What are we going to do for highlighter? We can use some of this stuff for highlighter. Let's go ahead and use this gold down here for a highlighter. It's not going to leave much color. There we go. And then on the cheeks too. From the Nomad palette over it. So this is look 2. We're going to be on to the next look. Hi guys, Cindy here. So today we're going to do something a little bit different for me. We're still working on the Shrek palette, doing looks, and we're going to do look 3 and 4 on different eyes. And so we'll knock 3 and 4 out in one video. So let's get going. So we've already done green and brown, and we've done brown and green. Now we need to do brown and green, and I don't know how many other combinations we can do, but we're going to do a halo eyes today. So I'm going to start off with this kind of, not the darkest brown, the medium brown here. We're going to put it on the outer and the inner edges a little bit, and then we will darken that up. We will darken that up with the darkest shade. And what I'm going to do, this kind of mustardy color, I'm wiping my brush off, and I'm going to kind of put it in the crease and just fill it in. And I have to mention, I did prime my face and my eyes with that First Aid Beauty primer that came in the ice cream box. So let's use this shade of shimmer here, and we're going to put that in our lid. And then we will also get us a little brush, a stiff brush. And do that also. Move the mirror. So I'm going to take this brush that we was using a second ago, that we were using, was not proper English, was that? And we are going to blend that out so it's not so patchy. Now this is the brush that I used for the I'm just going to wipe it off. And I'm going to use this darkest brown here, and I'm going to put under eyes, and I'm going to put on each corner for our halo, darken things up. And put under the eye. I'm just kind of filling in the halo a little bit. Now then I can take this, I'm going to move these over here, the one that we were using, and I'm going to do a little bit more filling in. Now I'm putting that over there so not to mix them up. Now we're going to start on the green eye. And we will touch up a little bit more after we get on our lashes. So on the green eye, we got a super dark shade of green, and we got a pretty shade of green. We're going to start off with this middle pretty shade here, and we're going to put in both outer eye and inner eye. This is pretty color. And I'm going to go ahead and take that same brush and just kind of put a little bit blend over in the crease area. And then we're gonna we're gonna take this shade of green here. Wipe my hand off. Now we're gonna put that on the inner eye. So actually, I don't know, I guess we probably could make more looks out of this. 4 is about all I can really think of. We could use some different colors of the brown, different shimmers, you know, different shades for the halo. We probably could make more looks out of this if we wanted to. And I'll probably be using this palette again. So let me go ahead and look for a stiff brush and pack that on a little bit better. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to take the darkest green. I'm going to use this same, wipe it off. I'm going to take this darkest green here. I'm going to go under the eye, and I'm going to go at each corner, like we did the brown. Actually, this looks almost just like the brown, except we're using green instead of brown. Got to make sure I'm getting the right color here. The light's in my eye. Now, I'm going to take this other green brush that we were using, and we're going to kind of get that blended in good. Looks like it went kind of high on the eye. Let's see if we can even up this brown a little bit. We just used our same brown brush. We haven't added any more color. Just trying to get that blended in. Now, I might take my towel here, get off a little bit of this green. I got a little bit green heavy. Now we can do some more blending. So, to me, I think we need some more of the dark green to make a difference between the shades. Do you think anyone would say anything if I went to work with 2 different eyes? It's Saturday day. Okay, so we got some green done, we got some brown done, got another brush that I haven't touched, and we're gonna go put something over. We're gonna use the same color for both. We're gonna use this inner color right here. Both eyes. And then I can take the brushes that I was using for the blending of the others and kind of blend these out some more. Okay, so we're going to put on some tinted sunscreen and some powder and my lashes, and I'll be right back. I'm going to use this tinted sunscreen. I like this stuff. I'm going to get some more. This is the powder I have, Wet n Wild. And these are the lashes that I have. I'm going to take my rollers out, and then I'll be right back, and we will finish up the look. Okay, I'm back. Okay, all I did was put the foundation and a powder and the lashes on, and I took my brushes that had green on it and brown on it, and I just kind of smoothed it out, tried to blend a little in. Let's see if we've got it all blended good. I didn't do anything else. Let's do the inner corner, both of them. So for the inner corner, something that will match both, we'll do the same thing. That you see these little marks in here, we're going to put in a little bit of this lightest brown and a little bit of this shimmer here. So let me grab a pointed brush. We could just have matte only. I know a lot of people like that, but you know, I like shimmers. And we're gonna put in this shimmer too. It really, their shimmers don't have really that much sparkles in them. And that, this is my first ColourPop palette, so I don't have anything to compare to. But I've heard other people say that when they do the collabs, they do a really good job. So my theory is, if this is a really good job, then you don't want the not good palettes. Okay, we got that done. Now a little bit of bronzer, the one that I really griped about in the BoxyCharm, but that I've ended up using a lot of. So I'm just going to go today with 2 looks. I'm not only going one place, and then I'll come back and take my makeup off because I'm getting a facial. I hadn't had one in a long time, since the CO2 laser, my skin feels really, you know, like it needs it. And we're going to, let's get this all blended in. I just use the bronzer as blush. Then we're going to do some highlighter. What have we been using for highlighter? Any color. I don't think we've used this color down here at all. So let's go ahead and use that. It's a little gold. Let's see how that turns out for us. I can't really see. Does it look shiny to you? I'll turn on the magnification. I'll turn it on to the magnification mirror in a second. I see a little bit of shimmer. And tip of the nose. So, turn on the magnification mirror and see how that looks. Oh yeah, I can see some gold sparkles. I see gold sparkles. I don't know if you can or not. I need to. I'm going to shut my eyes real quick so I can take me maybe something for a thumbnail. So this is what the 2 eyes look like. I need to start doing that all the time. Now for the lips. Let's just, since we've got the gold sparkle, I don't want to take any chances getting lip stuff on my teeth and having to scrap another video. Let's use this Hanad. I ordered me 3 new lipsticks, 2 new ones. So I have backups, but I did not order this color. I'm kind of regretting it now. The more I use it, the more I like it. Alrighty. So, guys and gals, this is it. Our 2 eye looks, look 3 and 4. I hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed this series that I did. I've enjoyed making it. I love doing makeup. I love making makeup videos. And so anyway, we'll just see what we can do. I'll try to think of some new stuff for us to do. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.